Hey everyone, Todd here, InternalArchitect.com, and in this video I want to talk about beating insurmountable feelings. Now before I begin, hit subscribe below and hit the bell for notifications so you know when I put out a new video. Now beating insurmountable feelings. Now this is a little bit of a delicate matter, especially for cancer survivors and patients, because it seems like our entire world has just blown up, and all the challenges that we're faced with moving forward are very they feel very insurmountable, feeling like there's just no end to them. And I wanted to talk about this especially because I had a I had a moment this morning where I was feeling a bit insurmountable about a bike ride that I ended up finishing up just a little bit ago. And I was thinking about this through the whole ride, just thinking about how it's really easy to kind of let your mindset and your mentality kind of go into that way of really talking yourself out of things because you don't know what to expect. Now, this bike ride I did, I want to share the story with you. So, I've been itching to ride my bike lately, and I have a road bike also that the people over at Base Mountain Sports have so graciously given to me to help me through all my treatment and everything. And that's what I was riding in Denver when I was going through my radiation treatments. But since I'm back up here, this ride that I've wanted to do, all the bike paths in Summit County are mostly open. There's a few that aren't quite yet, but that's due to some avalanche dangers and some other stuff. But I live in Breckenridge, and it's about 10 miles to the start of Lake Dillon on the southern side. And what I wanted to do is ride down and just ride the bike path all the way around, go around the whole thing, the whole lake, and make it back. And I did it today, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've done it once before on my mountain bike, but I was taking all sorts of single track trails all over just to make my way around it. So it was a little bit of a longer ride, but it was just a different atmosphere, different everything. And in that case, I was a lot more prepared. Now, why I felt like this was a bit of an insurmountable task was I've never done it on a road bike, and I've never done it with not a lot of gear. So I went really light. I kept it really simple, and there was some chance of rain. There's some other things that were kind of happening, going on weather-wise, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just kind of go with this. So I got I got suited up, and I got going, and just kind of cruised. I didn't have any set agenda or any set pace, but I was like, I'm gonna kind of push myself a little bit because I just want to enjoy this, and I want to get a good exercise and feel like it was a huge accomplishment. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Now, the reason why I felt this was a bit insurmountable is because I didn't go with extra tubes. I didn't take a rain jacket. I didn't take a lot of extra stuff with me. So I was kind of, I didn't take an extra bike tube with me. So there's, if I end up getting a flat over by Dillon, I would have been, 15 miles away from home, and I would have had to walk all the way back, which would have sucked. So I'm thinking about all these things before I leave, and it's a good sized ride. It's about 35 miles, all the way around round trip, and I just decided to do it and kind of throw some caution to the wind and went for it. And that's kind of one. So that was one of the things I really wanted to really do, and I ended up getting some great photos. I took my time going around the lake, and so I got some spots from different points around the lake, some photos, and it turned out to be a great ride. So what I wanted to do is kind of go over three things that really you can do to kind of help beat this insurmountable feeling that you might be feeling because of the challenges that are laying ahead. My bike story was just just that was a story to let you know that even though it was a small thing, it was a ride I've never done before, and so there was, you know, my feelings were just a little bit of my hesitation came from just not knowing what to expect. And now that I've done it, I know what to expect, and I know how I can do it next time and feel a lot more comfortable. But you have to get over this hump, right? And that's where that insurmountable feeling really comes in, because you're just we naturally tend to have fear over things we don't know, and that's exactly how it was today. And it's you know, it was a good ride. It was 3 hours long, and I just kind of took my time and enjoyed it through the whole thing. So that is kind of the first one I wanted to say, is just really recognizing the hesitation of what the challenge lies in front of you. And this could be anything, any sort of challenge, whether it's teaching your kids for the first time to drive, or whether you are doing your first road trip across the country, or, you know, say you are an active lifestyle person and you are going hiking for the first time in an area you don't know anything about. These are all things that kind of add up and make you question what it is that you're doing, right? So with that said, that is the first thing, is you need to recognize what it is that your hesitation is causing. And once you are able to do that, you can kind of go, okay, I kind of understand why I have hesitation in this whole thing. Now, and that even goes for like your approach to your first chemotherapy or your first radiation. You don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know how it's going to turn out, but all you have done is heard about how things are. So therein lies some of the fear for us survivors and new patients also, of trying to deal with this massive information that comes in. And so that kind of leads me to the second thing, and that's just setting a goal. In my case today, I set a goal. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just take my time. I want to do this. I want to get through this entire ride, and I want to have no incidences. I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want to have to rely on anyone coming to get me if something happens. So I did take a couple little items just as a preparation in case something happened that I had in my truck, and so I kind of gave myself an opportunity to fix something if that problem arose. And so that kind of leads to the third thing, and that is just take action. Just do it, you know. There's only so much speculation and only so much talk and worry that you can do until you actually do it. And then you can decide for yourself how intense or how much you shouldn't have worried about it, right? So you can kind of then look back and be like, wow, that really kind of sucked, or that didn't suck at all, and now I'm glad I did it. I know what to expect, so I can look forward to the next time I go to do this. And that's exactly all it was. And that's I was thinking about this a fair amount on my ride today, just because there's, you know, as you're just kind of have the wind blowing through your helmet. I was going to say my hair, but I don't got any. And just blowing through your helmet, pushing up against your chest, just you can just hear everything. You know, it was a good way for me to kind of understand the challenges, the big challenges that we face as cancer patients and survivors. So, and the best way that I've ever figured out how to get through it is just by doing it and then going from there, you know. So yeah, that's what I had to think. That's what I was thinking of, and that's what I wanted to say to you guys. So if you have any questions or comments, hit me in the comment section below and let me know what you think. And yeah, I just appreciate your time and energy into watching the videos, and I will see you on the next one.